For this episode of Rhode To Good Food, I'm taking a little road trip beyond Rhode Island and over to Fall River, Massachusetts, home to Portugalia Marketplace. Today, Michael, Vice President of Portugalia, is taking us inside the market his family built, one aisle at a time. From fresh-baked pastries to cured meats, Conservas, wine, and ready-to-eat classics, this is a market where Portuguese tradition meets modern-day foodie mindsets. We're stepping inside the marketplace, a foodie's dream, and a cultural deep dive, all wrapped into one epic grocery run.
Ponto de Encontro, which is our cafe, where we serve Portuguese-inspired sandwiches, pastries, coffee, espresso, cappuccino, traditional galão. We also have Pasteis De Nata for us. That's the most iconic Portuguese dessert, which is a custard for those who don't know. Those are always coming out warm. So this is a very popular meeting point. Ponto de Encontro means meeting point. So on any given day, you have an interesting cross-section of people from our local community to some folks from out of town. It's just become a very welcoming and community-driven cafe that people think like.
People indeed do like it. Obviously, I had to grab a few. Warm, creamy, and lightly caramelized. Portugal's perfect bite-sized indulgence. Over in the Chactueria, it's a smoky, savory situation. And they've got all the cured meats that practically beg for a backyard grill session.
It's very much a Portuguese breakfast is bread, butter, cheese. We sell here at the cafe a cheese sandwich that's delicious. It's not, and it sounds like it's simple and bland, but the cheese is got a lot of character. So it's not like plain American cheese.
From creamy sheep's milk to sharp aged goat, Portuguese cheeses bring centuries of tradition in every slice. Grab a wedge and consider your snack board upgraded. Hot, ready, and made with love, these regional dishes are perfect for lunch on the go or a no-hassle picnic by the water. My go-to? Always the bacalhau fritters. Crispy on the outside, fluffy and salty on the inside, pure Portuguese comfort. And then there's the tin fish stacked high you'll have a hard time choosing. Conservas so pretty, you'll want to collect them all.
Okay, so Conservas have been around in Portugal for at least 100 years, over 100 years, in fact. And it's always been a way of sustenance. It's not something that people necessarily, consume like we consume here. Conservas, what's happened to Conservas in America is very interesting and different than how people treat Conservas in Portugal. Conservas in Portugal are just something, a pantry staple, something that you have at home that you can whip up in a pinch, or just something you can take on a picnic. That's not unlike how it's being consumed here. But in America, I feel like Conservas have been elevated, and rightfully so. I mean, I think that these are high quality fish products that have been canned and oftentimes really high quality olive oils and seasonings. But it's interesting, the dynamic of this sort of interest in Conservas in the U.S. Is oftentimes even taking my suppliers by surprise.
Aside from Conservas, they even offer local brands like Red's Hot Sauce from Rhode Island. Portugalia isn't just a market, it's a hub for culture, community, and connection. Every aisle has a story and a snack to go with it.
Behind me sits Benny, a custom rooster, a 12-foot rooster that was built exclusively for us. We have an artist that comes here annually that builds a whole Christmas village nativity scene for us. He's an artist from Portugal. And one of the years he came, we tasked him with building us our own rooster. And so that's the result. Benny was built by this artisan from Portugal and then finished at a fiberglass shop in Bristol, Rhode Island, at a boatyard. Owned by a friend of our family's, and painted by that gentleman as well, Mr. Cod. So yeah, that's Benny. So the rooster is a good luck symbol and charm, and there's a lot of myths and that are legends or urban legends that have written about the rooster, but it's really a symbol of good fortune, good luck. It's simple. If you look around the market, we have many. They're intended for people to gift. You're supposed to gift them, and when you are gifting them, you're basically sending someone good luck, good fortune.
Marinated olives, lupini beans, and a container that's about to be filled to the brim. This is the kind of bar we all need more of.
So this is an olive bar that has the usual Portuguese olive varietals, but not just olives. It also has things like pickled veggies. We have house-made pickled onions that are made weekly. My mother's recipe. They're great. They're really, they're constantly. I'm not gonna say sold out. It's just it feels like they're constantly being replenished. We also have lupini beans that are very popular in Portugal. I don't know if you know those are, but they're like a little yellow bean, very common with Italians as well. You just bite into them and you squeeze one end and then they kind of pop into your mouth. But it's a very common, popular beer snack in Portugal. A lot of the bars, when you sit down at a bar in Portugal, they'll, you ask for a beer, and oftentimes they'll come with a little dish of lupini beans. And there's some intentionality behind that. It's because there's a little bit salty, and that'll keep you drinking.
Barrels of bulk beans, heirloom rice, and spices galore. This is where flavor foundations are built. From crab legs and clusters to lobster tails, shrimp, and everything in between. The frozen seafood selection is stacked for serious seafood nights at home. And just when you think it can't get more iconic, you step into the Salted Cod Room, where bacalhau takes center stage.
But the Salted Cod Room especially, I think it's something that people have never seen. Many people haven't seen. It's very unusual. In fact, it's even unusual in Portugal to have that kind of presence for this one species of fish. That's so it's people oftentimes go in there, ask a lot of questions, rightfully so. They don't know what it is. It's an old world product, so they don't. They ask things like, how do you consume it? Because they look at it and you clearly can't consume it the way it is. So I think that's always a surprising element. It's probably the most Instagrammable room in the whole business.
Instagrammable it is. Look at all of that variety of salted cod.
It's a Salted Cod Room, a room that we built that's solely dedicated to salt cod. And then there's a reason why we did this. At the previous market we had, the minute you'd approach the door, you'd smell nothing but salt cod. So it's pretty intense, pretty pungent. And we knew that would be an obstacle here at this new market. When people would walk in, if we didn't have this encapsulated, this smell would have permeated the whole space. So there was an intent behind building this glass wall, having an odor handler, and creating lower temps in here. It was also a way of elevating something that we had always done. We really built a name for ourselves as a market at our previous location as being one of the premier purveyors of salt cod in New England, possibly in the U.S. with a variety of them. So here, no less. Here we wanted to obviously piggyback on our success that we had at the previous location, and then offer more. We have Norwegian products. We're taking to be. The Norwegians have been doing this for years and years and years. It's the way they cure it is far superior than the way the Canadians cure it. You can see it's really beautiful, really light, very little water content, pretty dry, and that's what people are looking for. All of these down here, they're all the same species, Goddess Morea, and they're all superior grade. So the difference in price is size. So the bigger the fish, the harder it is to catch that fish, and therefore it's more expensive. And depending on the thickness and personal preference of people, some people prefer to soak more, some people prefer to soak less. This is really how you like your salt cod. I prefer my salt cod with a little bit of salt. I like it tinging a little bit salt. Otherwise, it just tastes like a bland, fresh cod, which is not what I'm interested in when I'm buying something. So, but what you'd want to do is soak it at least 3 days and change the water some every day. In some cases, 2 times a day. Again, depending on your personal preference.
After soaking up all of that salted cod tradition, it's time to grab a glass. Because no Portuguese feast is complete without the perfect drink to match. Whether you're Team Vinho Verde or you prefer deep red, Portugalia's wine wall delivers. You may be looking for something to pair with seafood, snacks, or just good company. The wine and spirit selection here has you covered. Portugal forward, thoughtfully curated, and dangerously easy to love.
So we have 1,700 SKUs here, and we have all the regions of Portugal represented. So, and then, everyone thinks of Portugal. Oftentimes, when they think of wine, they think of port wine, which is readily available everywhere. And then maybe some people know vinho verde, which is a very common white wine from Portugal. Here we have many varieties and many offerings of vinho verde, and also we have a whole wall dedicated to port. Beyond that, we have a lot of red wines from Portugal, from all the various regions, whites, even some really obscure stuff from Portugal. So, and then on the spirit side, we have an extensive offering of not only Portuguese spirits. On the wine side, we only carry Portuguese wines, but on the spirit side, we have international spirits. Also some local spirits. So yeah, it's a pretty eclectic offering of spirits. And then on the wine side, we're very specific. So we have a very specific focus on Portugal.
Every shelf is a discovery, carefully curated and meant to be explored.
Artigos is a shop called Artigos, which means articles. And this is a design shop with a very specific focus on Portugal and the things that Portugal is known for. So very fine china from Portugal, for example.
From hand-picked treasures to artisan-made gems, the gift shop is your go-to for gifts that truly stand out.
Everything in the shop is made in Portugal. Everything from the tapestries, the blankets, the wood blankets, to the furniture, to the tile on the floor. Even the running shoes over there are made in Portugal. This is also a brand called Casa Cubista, very traditional sort of earthenware, terracotta, but done in a very contemporary style. It's also the #1 producer of cork in the world. And along the back wall there, you have a fair amount of cork bags. Cork, it's a pretty big soap industry that a lot of people don't know about. So we carry a bunch of soaps and scents along there. Some beautiful cutlery. So yeah, it's a mixed bag of fine objects from Portugal, Portuguese jewelry as well. Sunglasses, yeah. So it's a gift shop that people can come in and find unique gifts from Portugal.
What started as a family dream is now a destination for food lovers, culture seekers, and hungry souls alike. Let's hear about the history from Michael.
So in 1988, my father started this business in a three-car garage in the back of our tenement home. Initially as a wholesaler to local businesses, selling imported Portuguese products to various restaurants locally. But then that wasn't enough to make ends meet, so we started doing retail out of that three-car garage as well. So it was a combination of retail and wholesale business in that three-car garage. We knew that we had a business, and we convinced my father that he needed to quit that second job that he was holding at the time. And so he started giving it a full effort. And then we probably were at that three-car garage for about a couple of years until we moved to our second location, which is not this location, this is the third location. That second location, we were there about close to 25 years at that second location.
From fresh, authentic foods to artisan gifts, Portugalia Marketplace brings the heart of Portugal straight to Fall River. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to fill an entire cart with the terracotta treasures. Let's hear more from Michael on the community surrounding the marketplace and how he has helped grow the family business.
Really built a following with the ethnic community, a real strong foundation base. But our business then was 99.9% Portuguese. All our customers were Portuguese speakers. And I had gone to, I've always worked in the business since I was 11, truthfully. So I went to high school, worked in the business after school, went to college, Johnson & Wales. I was a commuter. And I was a commuter for a reason. I'd go to school, put in my hours at school, come back to work, go out and make deliveries or whatever needed to be done for the business. And then I graduated and I came right into the business. Didn't even go work elsewhere. But at the time, my father and I would have these, not debates, but discussions about, I wanted to do more with the business. Thankfully, the ethnic consumer, the sort of the base, came in for the first time in this market, and they were really, in some cases, really sort of connected to it emotionally. Because they had supported us over the course of time, they felt like this was they felt a certain pride around the market. This one was kind of on the main road, on two main roads, so a lot more visibility. So people who were just curious started popping in and discovering that there's this whole world of Portuguese food that was new to them. And then the media also started, taking notice, and then from then it just evolved into what it's become today, which is quite astonishing. And both my father and I never envisioned it being what it's become today. I mean, we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this place, and there's a lot of intentionality in how we designed the space, but the national media coverage and all that we've gotten over the years have been quite tremendous.
And the buzz is real. This marketplace is a treasure trove for any food, a place where every bite tells a story, and every sip transports you to another culture. From the flavors to the aromas, it's a feast for the senses. If your mouth is watering just thinking about it, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Wherever you are, whoever you're with, may your road always lead you